The thing that concerns me is this thing that happened with this dude last week in LA.
Okay, so that's at Las Vegas, and it's Tom Alexandrovich, and that's worse than you think. Guess who he had meetings with while he was in town getting arrested for soliciting youth?
No.
NSA, FBI.
What? Oh my God.
All right, so this is an unplanned episode. I got a phone call from the founder of this podcast, Meg McCormick Horner, who I started recording 4 or 5 years ago. And we were talking, and I found a couple details I didn't put in the last video about the arrest in Las Vegas with Tom Abramovich, or whatever the hell that scumbag's name is. And so I wanted to share that, mention a few other things because Meg had questions. So I wanted to share her questions and my answers. And then if you haven't, please subscribe, hit that little bell icon so you actually get some alerts when we put new stuff out. And meet my buddy Meg McCormick Horner. She's also episode 2 in the Epstein playlist. She did the interview with author Christopher Mag about Epstein running his headquarters, so to speak, or base of operations out of Teterboro Airport in Essex County, New Jersey. Meg digs into some Epstein content when we close with some 9/11 factoids for no particular reason whatsoever. And this is a little placeholder while I work on our next long-form expose, which should be coming out in the next day or so.
I just wanted to give you a call back. The idea of linking it to human trafficking and that conversation is a good one. I do.
Yeah, we're up to 60,000 now. That video alone has gotten over 1,000 new subscribers. Oh.
Kidding me?
1,000.
Are you kidding me?
No.
I'm going to listen to it right now.
I don't even think it's my best expose. I don't.
Is it? You think it's the title?
So the pace didn't increase when I made the title Jeffrey Epstein Hiding in Israel. And I knew people were going to think that meant I was going to do an episode about Jeffrey Epstein hiding in Israel. It is about that, but it's not in the way they thought. They think I'm saying he's there now when they click. I'm saying, how the fuck does a guy get convicted? You'll listen and hear this part, but how does he get convicted back in 2008? And the first thing he does, Meg, with a passport that hasn't been revoked, is he runs to Israel. Post-conviction, first thing he does is go to Israel to figure out what he's going to do.
The thing that concerns me is this thing that happened with this dude last week in LA.
Okay, so that's Las Vegas, and it's Tom Alexandrovich, and that's worse than you think. Guess who he had meetings with while he was in town getting arrested for soliciting youth?
No.
NSA, FBI.
What? Oh my God. Are they going to say that he was like part of the sting? Is that what they're going to try to say?
Too late. I speculated in that same vein, but he was supposed to have a hearing on the 27th. That's never going to happen. He's home in Israel playing Xbox, house arrest, and like on leave from his job, but for FYI. So this is one thing I didn't cover in that episode because I didn't find out till later, but the Nevada assistant AG, or the prosecutor who let him go back to Israel, I'll give you one guess what country she holds a passport from.
Well, I don't know. Where? Israel?
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Yeah. That's
unfucking believable.
Like,
what is going on, dude?
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's I wish I'd have done Lindbergh or something at this point, because I keep, everywhere I look, it's something really effing uncomfortable. They're going to find me in a ditch. I had a lead come in today by email for a private investigator wants to podcast. Shout out whoever that was. I think his name is William. But I've got more Epstein stuff ready to go. I did something, I think it was on Prince Andrew, and then on the 65.
Can you maybe you can you monetize this? Can you start like getting money from YouTube? How does that work?
Oh, well, participant lawyers private investigators. I think the content is still too risque. The answer is we need 11 billion views to make 50 cents because we're talking about always things I got to bleep out. Murder, pedophilia, goddamn disappointments. I mean, so I think I did just start the channel on Rumble and some other places that don't have the restrictions that YouTube does on content, but like YouTube is so restrictive, I can't even tell some of the story on YouTube.
Yeah, that surprises me. I felt like you could put anything on YouTube.
Oh, YouTube's terrible. Jesus. 3 years ago, you couldn't talk about natural immunity on YouTube, for Christ's sake. Yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, you really start uncovering uncomfortable truths. It will be interesting to see who starts reaching out to you.
I mean, we're smoking true crime, criminal law, and anything New Jersey lawyer, legal law firm podcast. So anybody who wants to just even hell bullshit about the Lindbergh kidnapping, bullshit about anything New Jersey related, especially if they're willing to talk about anything Epstein or trafficking related, I might deal them a 50, 100,000 view episode out of the gate. Yeah, so I'm not worried about YouTube being okay with what we do and advertisers being happy that they're on it. I think we get lawyers, law firms, and so forth to participate, and I'm going to keep cranking out.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you have going?
I gotta, you know what? I just have to record a little intro. I'll do that.
Jesus
that
Christ.
We get that done. I can keep forgetting about it. That can wait for when we're slow on NJ Criminal, which seems like it's never going to be. I'm glad you got Christian Barth snuck in there.
Yeah, that's a good episode, I think.
Yeah, I saw you put that on the Beacon. I'm glad you did. That's good.
Oh, that's perfect for the Beacon. Yeah, so I'm not counting any chickens, but I'll give you the update from the start of the call to now. Holy shit, 5,000 hours of watch time.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Crazy.
Well, that's, I mean, I think we're at 23,000 hours of watch time for the year then now. Just on long videos, FYI.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. You got 9/11 right around the corner. If you can tie Epstein to 9/11, you'll be like through the roof.
Oh, Jesus, Meg. There's 9/11 stuff to do. I mean, when you've got the American like Architecture Association saying, yeah, buildings don't fall like that. When you've basically got every physics professor in the world saying none of that could have happened. You've got video from that morning, all morning long, of people saying there's explosions going off throughout the buildings. You've got video of, as the building's falling, precursor explosions 24 floors below. And then you've got all throughout the rubble, you've got 45-degree angle cuts on these giant steel beams. Furthermore, for 5 weeks after 9/11, you have 1,600, 2,000-degree fires lingering under the building that speak to some very interesting theories. But I mean, don't even get me started. If I could do 2 hours on the freaking passport that they found on the sidewalk a couple blocks away, that's made out of clearly a stronger material than either one of the towers or either one of the airplanes because it survived that shit. The fact that every airport involved had cameras everywhere, we've still never seen a single frame of footage of a single hijacker at those airports on 9/11, 2001. There's not a single picture that exists of them from that morning at any of the airports. George Bush's cousin's security company had the contract for every airport involved in a 9/11 flight. George Bush's cousin's security company, I believe, had the contract for the Twin Towers. The only day that Larry Silverstein didn't show up for work was 9/11, 2001. He's the guy who held the lease or owned the buildings. Yeah. And so then you've got a block of building that's maybe 1/10 of the entire building. So take in your hands a block of ice that's 1/10 the mass of the rest of the ice. Smash the rest of the ice with that 1/10 mass that you have in your hand. You can only smash 1/10 worth of the ice with 1/10 worth of the ice. That piece of ice in your hand crumbles into goddamn nothing, the same way that the upper 15 floors of a building would as it destroyed 15 floors below it, particularly considering the construction in the upper floors of the building was the lightest material, the thinnest material, and the construction progressing downward became heavier. Systematically, in section after section, the strength and gauge of the beams was heavier for a million reasons that exist in physics. So now your ice you're holding in your hand that only equals 1/10 of the mass isn't even as strong as most of the mass you're going to try and break with it. That's the physics of 9/11 as far as the Twin Towers are concerned. And Building 7's an even dumber fucking story. So yeah, maybe we'll cover that.
Where were you living in 2001?
Boonton, New Jersey, at the top of a hill from which I could see the Twin Towers. That was like the big thing from my porch, was like I could sit on my front porch and look at the Twin Towers. So I was at work that day. First words out of my mouth, by the way, just so you know how long a conspiracy guy I am. The first words out of my mouth on 9/11 were Osama bin Laden. I shit you not. Osama bin Laden. And now I'm not sure that that's the truth.
Well, right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know.
I know what's not the truth.
I would like to know where Epstein was on 9/11.
That's so funny.
Right. I'm going to go listen to this.
All right. Talk to you later.
Yeah.
If you are a lawyer or law firm or anywhere near legal services and you're interested in podcasting and video, email clerk@legalpodcasting.com.